Hello everybody, MegaZardX here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, I was checking the calendar and I was like, I like to do some buying and stuff here and there though, especially for my gaming collection, where to be, games and stuff like that or figurines and stuff. But then one glaring omission started to pop up in my head and I was like, wait a minute, when was the last time we had an Amiibo update? And then I started to look at the calendar. I was like, yeah, the last one we had was Sora, but technically there's nothing else on the horizon at this point. And I don't know if we ever been at this point, at least with Amiibo in general though. So, in today's video, I just kind of want to give a quick update on the state of Amiibo for 2024 though. So if you hadn't already done so, make sure you go and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight up into this video. I would dare say Amiibo is one of the most creative things that Nintendo has ever thought of. Obviously, we knew that, it all started off within that Wii U generation. They managed to implement it within the new Nintendo 3DS, and then obviously we had it with the Switch. And ever since then, they've been making clever little things such as this. Like, I really love this Metroid 1 Amiibo. Like, literally, the thing is squishy like that. But I mean, honestly, they managed to come out with so many different Amiibo for all these different series, mostly primarily first party ones though, but you had some other third party ones out there as well. Like you had a whole different line for like Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2 and stuff like that. And goodness, for those out there that managed to collect every single Amiibo, oh my gosh, those collections are freaking insane. Even more so if you manage to keep all of those suckers in box and not actually open them. But at least with me in general, at least when I was going through and collecting Amiibo, I wouldn't say I collected every single Amiibo out there though, but my collection as of this point of recording right now is a little over 100, like maybe 103ish or something like that. I never thought I would manage to get that many Amiibos since getting that first one I managed to get from my collection, that being like that Wolf-Link Midna Amiibo right there though. But one glaring thing started to kind of arise. I noticed that we managed to get a few different Amiibo for 2024 thus far, Sora being the most recent one in the mix though. But outside of that, Nintendo hasn't really gave us any other updates in terms of what could be potentially new Amiibo updates or what we can even expect within the future though. So I kind of wanted to just kind of get my thoughts on this though, because literally with the conclusion of Sora, that concludes our whole entire series for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster. Like literally you had everything from Mario being the first one that all started this mess around, Super Smash Bros. 4 on the Wii U, all the way up to Sora right now with the last character being introduced within Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, I would think that basically with Smash Bros. In general, that was your main driving force of promoting Amiibo and stuff, like being able to scan these different toys up on there though, being able to do the thing with the NFC chip that's attached to basically the bottom part right there though. And then literally just scanning your Amiibo up in there, training them, making them learn certain good aspects that will help them fight better. And they even managed to do like Amiibo tournaments and stuff, even at Nintendo Live stuff. So really cool ways to be able to use Amiibo right there though. But I think outside of that, there really wasn't too much more outside of it. And mostly I would say the people that usually still get Amiibo nowadays, just people that want to sit it up on the shelf, collect it and stuff like that though. Now that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is done, now the question arises, like, what's next? The only other reason why I would think Nintendo will happen to release any more Amiibo would be something for a big major franchise, such as like a brand new 3D Zelda or something for a Splatoon, something that will easily sell 10 million plus copies. The most recent things that came to mind was Tears of the Kingdom, which we managed to get, Amiibo for Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf at the time though. And even for Splatoon 3, we managed to get, the final Amiibo for basically the 3 idols in the game though. So let me go ahead and just pull up a list of the most recent Amiibo we managed to get thus far. All right, so let's go ahead and just take a look at what we managed to get in 2023 alone. So we managed to get the Sephiroth Amiibo, and that came out around January. We had Kazuya, the Link version from Tears of the Kingdom, both Mithra and Pyra. Then we managed to get Zelda and Ganondorf a little bit later. Obviously, those didn't come out at the launch of the game, though, but they managed to hit around that holiday season, though. Then we managed to get the 3 idols, Shiver, Fry, and Big Man out of nowhere. And I really wasn't expecting us to get Amiibo for Mio and Noah, but that was really cool. The fact that we got something Xenoblade 3 represented. So now you got Xenoblade 3 Amiibos, Xenoblade 2 Amiibos, and the one Xenoblade 1 being Shulk. And our final one we managed to get was Sora, and that came out February 16th of 2024. This is the official Amiibo list from Nintendo themselves. And, honestly, there's nothing else planned after our boy Sora right here. And when I was looking at this list, I was like, man, we managed to get a lot of cool Amiibo, throughout the life of the Nintendo Switch and thus, the Wii U and 3DS as well, though. You go through and look at all of these, though. But honestly, I loved how the quality of it has always gotten better over time and stuff. And we had a wide variety of, just Amiibo from all the different series that Nintendo has managed to, release on their platforms of choice, though. So looking at all of that just makes you think it's well, what's Nintendo's plan with Amiibo moving forward, though? At least at the time of this recording, the only other big games that we know that's coming out is, you have Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, and you had Luigi's Mansion 2. And I think with both of those, I don't really see a really big need to having any kind of Amiibo support up in it. Now, obviously, we don't know anything really beyond those 2 games or the Endless Ocean game, though, but we don't know anything else beyond those games going into the second half of 2024. Now, obviously, they could whip something out. They might hit us with maybe something like a Wind Waker or something like that, though. But I don't think any of those games that might possibly come out in the second half of this year, because I'm thinking we're really close to a Nintendo Switch successor at this point, where it happened to drop later the second half of this year, or more than likely maybe in the first few months of 2025. But looking at all of that, I was like, I don't know if Nintendo's going to release any other software out this year that will have big Amiibo support like this, though. So that begs into question, is Amiibo even going to be supported for the Nintendo Switch 2 at this point, though? I think it probably will, all things considering, if it's backwards compatible, because you got to have, certain software. If you're going to play Tears of the Kingdom on that Nintendo Switch 2, that had Amiibo support up on it, though. So you got to have some kind of NFC chip reader or something within your dedicated Pro controller or whatever kind of way that you're able to play the system handheld, whether it be the joystick or something like that, how it is with the Switch right now. You got to have some kind of reader up on it that allows you to kind of sense and scan Amiibo, though. But outside of that, honestly, I think the sun is setting on Amiibo, because I felt like we would have had or heard something about Amiibo within the future of this year, even if it's just a smaller title, maybe just kind of releasing a game. I'm still kind of confused at this point. The fact that we hadn't even managed to get a single game that's just purely dedicated to Amiibo. I'm not talking about a Amiibo festival. Forget that crap, though. No, a dedicated game that would have been something like a Nintendo Land that's all for Amiibo, all different franchises. I felt like that was a missed opportunity. I don't know why Nintendo never came out with a game like that, though, so it'll appease everybody that happens to be a collector for it, though. I could get some really good use out of that at this point, though. But unfortunately, I do feel like the sun is setting. I did manage to give an Amiibo update for 2023. This happens to be my 2024 one, but all things considering, the release date schedule for these games, we hadn't managed to get anything updated. Now that Smash Bros. Is concluded, I don't see there really being a big need to push Amiibo for the future, though. So really, I think the telltale sign for this is whenever they first announced that Nintendo Switch successor, outside of anything that would be, backwards compatibility, whatever that brand new 3D Mario game, or if they manage to bring out a brand new Mario Kart game, something that's a big marquee title, such as one of those 2 things. And if they do not have Amiibo support up in it, then I just think at that point, Amiibo is going to be officially dead. It's going to be crazy to think that, February of 2024 was the last one we might have potentially got. I don't know. Things could change, obviously, from the time that this video releases to the point of where you're currently watching this right now, though. But at least right now, within the month of April of 2024, I don't know. The future seems a little bit uncertain though. But y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below what all do you think about Amiibo. How many have you managed to collect? Are you just like a collector, just like one, or maybe a couple of series out there, or maybe one of those big collectors that managed to have every single one of them? Me personally, I just only go after the ones I feel like I have the desire I really want to keep or really want to have, based upon the coolness or the wow factor, or if it's just a series I really love, like Splatoon. But yeah, y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below. But that's gonna basically do it in terms of today's video though. So if you really like this, make sure you're gonna hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing. So remember y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.